Okay, I've been doing a little bit more. Got the sump on the last video as you saw. I flipped it over. I've got these little bobbins to hold the, I think you call it air meter thing, that thing. I think these will be okay. They're a bit higher than the old one I think if I can see one of the old ones. The old one that came off, can't find it now. But that's the closest thing I could get without, I couldn't genuine Porsche. I don't think it matters if they're a little bit, very slightly, but the one I've got was sort of squashed down, but it was a lot wider, so you can imagine by the time it's old and festered away, they all came out pretty, got the grips on and they'd all snapped off anyway. The bobbins weren't doing anything anyway, but I suppose it kind of floats there with the spider bit holding it in place because it is sort of clamped up. What else have I done? Put the oil filter on. Luckily it can just about go on with it sat on the sump like that. Did fill that pretty much most of the way with oil. Put that back on. Put plenty of oil in the bores. I've actually put some WD on these and ran nuts all the way down, make sure the threads are nice and clean. Double clean that. I may well put the seal in later. I don't know, depends what our time is. One thing I have noticed, which I'm a bit concerned about, is their gaskets look slightly different. Hopefully somebody will comment on it and tell me. So it's a Victor Hines gasket set. You can see that one's got quite a shiny coating on it. I mean, you can't put them on the wrong way around anyway because of the way the pins, and because that's obviously not got a pin there, but the pin's there, the same on the other one. So that one looks kind of shiny and all nice. This one looks sort of, let's see, it looks sort of dull, and I'm wondering if it looks like it's missed a stage where it should be coated, or whether that's normal for one to be not as shiny. I was a bit worried about putting it on. I'd rather them both look the same, because if that's like a waterproof coating that sort of, which I suppose it is, it must kind of stop the water going through. That's a waterproof coating and that one's got it on, and you can see on there that one hasn't, then I don't want to put it on. I don't understand why it would be a different colour, why it wouldn't be shiny like the other one. Which I'd be a bit peed off if it's, you know, if I bought a gasket set and it's got two different gaskets in. But I can get them from 911 Design, the same Victor Hines ones. I think they're 60 quid each, something like that, which should be fine. I'm just a bit dubious about that. I'm wondering if maybe the gaskets that I've got off eBay, maybe it's a second or something and the coating's missed off it. I don't see any reason why they would be different. They both say Victor Hines on them in the same manner, but that one's got the shiny coating both sides. This one's not got it. I think it's got it on the other side. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe it's got it on the other side. Oh, I might be talking rubbish. I'll take it off and have a look. Maybe actually, yeah, because it's reversed, so it's probably got the shiny coating on the other side. So I'll flip them over and have a look in a minute. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm nearly ready to put the heads on, but I want to do it in such a way that I can torque them to the first stage. I don't think I'm going to do it the 290-degree ways. I know everybody says that's what to do, but if something's not tightening up right, you're not going to know. I don't see how you can get all the torques equal on all the studs. Maybe if you've got brand new studs, a brand new engine, but I've seen a few people say, oh yeah, it works and it's fine. But I think I'm going to do it the torquing way. I think it's something like 15 foot-pounds, then 40 something, then 65, and leave it time in between. And a few people have said when they've done it the 290-degree angles, or 20 newton meters and 290-degree angles, when they've done that, they've put a torque wrench on it, and it's been about 75 foot-pounds. So I figure if I do it the way I was going to do it, and then do it all more to 65, and then do them all to 70, I don't think I'll be far wrong. I can't see there being any problem because that's how they used to do it. They've only more recently changed it to doing it the 290 degrees, but possibly that's because of studs, different studs available. I mean, these are probably original studs. And everybody said, oh yeah, you should change them, but you know, I don't want to get into that really because I don't think they'd come out without too much trouble. So yeah, so that's going sort of okay now. It's sort of taking shape. I'm still waiting for the bits for the tensioner wheel. I've had the shoulder bolt machined down. So this bolt here, you can see the head's a bit bigger. It would be a 13mm head. It's now 17. But that's one of the later bolts that would have been 12mm. So that's the one that goes all the way through to the pivot on the water pump. It would have originally been 12mm and 27mm shoulder, and it's like it's 10mm now and 25mm shoulder, same as the original bolt I took out. So yeah, it's an easier way, and I think it's better that it's got a bigger head on. Don't think that makes any odds to the thing. So yeah, I've had that machined up. So if anybody's struggling to get the early bolt, just buy the later one and have it machined. There's a bloke actually lives around the corner from me. Never knew he was there. Little machining shop in the back of his garden. Did it, charged me a tenner. So including the bolt, which was about £9 from 911 Design, it's like 20 quid instead of like $50 plus the postage from America plus the VAT, 20% VAT as well. So I can't work that out, but it's going to be a lot more than 20 quid. Plus you've got to wait, I don't know, a week or so, a couple of weeks for it to come to America. Then you've got to get it signed for, and well, you've got to pay the duty, and it's a hassle because I had that with something else. So yeah, that's one way around it. What I'll do when I put that on, I'll take the bolt off and show you the bolt and whatever. But it's basically there's 3 bolts. I think there's the early one up to sort of end of 81 or whatever, or beginning of 81, and then there's the 83 sort of onwards one, and then there's a late one which is completely different because it's on a pivot on the water pump, sort of a later affair. But this will go back as it was before. But yeah, it's a cheaper way of doing it. But I will have another bolt. I have ordered another bolt by accident. It hasn't come yet because I thought I was doing the right thing and I wasn't. And it was only when I went on 9 to 8 Soros that I realised that it wasn't the right one. But I've got that coming, so I'm probably going to get that machine down and keep it. And then when I do the cam bolt again, or I might sell it. But at least I know I've got one, you know, or I can get one made. It's not the end of the world. I can buy a shoulder bolt, a really strong high tensile Allen key shoulder bolt with the right length shoulder and right diameter, but the threaded part's not long enough. I can't seem to buy one off the shelf the right size. So yeah, so I'll have a look at them gaskets in a minute. When I finish videoing, just turn them over. I think that probably is the case where they're shiny on one side and not on the other. I'm just being a bit daft. But yeah, you can't put them on the wrong way, I don't think, because of the pins. But yeah, so I mean, I've put plenty of oil in the balls and it's just still sat there. It's not ran down, even though they're a bit scored, like I said before. So that's a good sign. So yeah, I'm going to put the back seal in as well, probably in a bit. And then at some point I've got to work out a way of locking it, so I can torque up the front nut on the pulley when I've done the cam bolt and stuff. But I don't see the big problem. I'll probably make something that bolts across here, across there, and goes through the flywheel or something like that and locks it, just the same as it would on the teeth on the starter. They're not ridiculously tight. I mean, the front one's 200 and whatever foot-pounds, but I don't think there'll be a problem with that. I don't think there'll be a problem. It didn't seem that tight, the front one, to be fair. It came off quite easy. Obviously you don't want that coming off. But yeah, so all getting a bit exciting because we're getting to the stage where I can start putting it together. But I've pretty much got everything now to get the heads on, etc. I can put all the top end stuff on, all the injection stuff as well, even if I've not got the bits to finish off the cam bolt. I'm going to set this at top dead centre before I put the heads on and leave it there, I think. Well, yeah, I think I will do. So I might put the flower on first, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it at top dead centre because I'm not sure if I've had the heads machined a bit. I think it's meant to be non-interference, but I have had the head skimmed. And I know some people say, oh, they're not sure what year it is when they are interference or when they're not. I don't know. So I'm not going to mess turning it over until I've got the, you know, got the proper belt on. But yeah, it's coming together now. If you're enjoying the videos, if you can subscribe or do some likes, it helps me sort of get more views and etc. But yeah, must get myself a tripod and I can do some stuff while I'm doing it. If I end up waiting for the other parts, I've got other stuff. There's other bits to do. I'm going to clean up the pulley. I see that there's another Porsche guy who does videos, and he sort of sanded it back and painted it white, and then painted it black and then sanded the black off, or vice versa. So he ended up with all the writing on the pulley nice and white and clear, which is what I need. I'm going to clean the manifolds out a bit. I did really want to put some of them MSD racing manifolds on, because apparently that's a quick way of getting some power out of these, a bit of extra power. I think it's only 10 or 15 horsepower, but I think I can't seem to get any here, and I think you're looking at sort of 1,400 quid from America. Then you've got the duty on top of that, and they ain't going to come quickly. So I'm thinking it'd be nice to put them on now, but I don't think funds are going to allow for that, so that's probably going to be a later afterthought. But I'm sure you can put them on with the engine in. I'm assuming you can. But all the studs are going to be new, so that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, I'll have a look at the mad gaskets in a minute, and yeah, tomorrow night I'll probably do a video of talking up the heads. I've just got to check the tightening sequence. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it like that, like crisscross squares. I'm going to read up a bit more on the torquing, but I think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to do it the 90-degree way. I don't think I am. I don't want to pull a stud or do anything wrong with the stud, and I can't see how you can judge how tight it is, especially when the people are saying when you do the torquing to foot-pounds, you leave it for sort of an hour in between, and do it that way, which allows it. Obviously, the same with the sump. When I was doing the sump, I sort of torqued them all up and they're quite tight, and then I left it a few minutes, went back and it torqued up a little bit. Some of them had worked a bit loose, so obviously that's probably the way. Otherwise, if you just do it and leave it, you can end up with it not being torqued up the same. I think what I would probably do with this, once I've done them to the, I think 70 foot-pounds or 65 foot-pounds, whatever I do, end up deciding, then the next day I'll probably just go around them again, just at the 65, just to make sure nothing's worked, you know, nothing's come loose or moved. I don't think they will, but yeah, getting to be some good stuff now. So yeah, I've got to blow all the heads out, and put all the new exhaust studs in as well, actually, which I'll probably do before I put the heads on. Would be prudent to do that rather than try and put them in with the heads on the engine. It's going to be easy to just do it on the bench, put all the studs in. Okay, right, I'll see you next time.